Good afternoon, students. In this video I am going to discuss the preparations of alkyl halide by using hydrocarbons and in first year you had one topic, that is hydrocarbons topic. In that topic you have studied what are hydrocarbons, classification of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons means they are organic compounds containing hydrogen and carbon, and hydrocarbons, they are classified into three groups: alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Here for your syllabus there is a preparation of alkyl halides by using alkenes, and you know what is alkene or what are alkenes. Alkenes are the organic compounds containing carbon-carbon double bond, and in alkenes there are two types of alkenes are there: symmetric alkene and asymmetric alkenes are there. Symmetric alkene means across the double bond the number of carbon atoms and number of hydrogen atoms are equal, means LHS equal to RHS. Across the double bond LHS equal to RHS means left hand side and right hand side number of carbon atoms and number of hydrogen atoms are same, that is symmetric alkene. And asymmetric alkene means across the double bond the number of carbon atoms and number of hydrogen atoms are unequal, means LHS is not equals to RHS, that is number of carbon atoms and number of hydrogen atoms across the double bond they are unequal, that is asymmetric alkene. Here we can prepare alkyl halide by using both symmetric alkene as well as by using asymmetric alkene. So first from alkenes, that is from symmetric alkene, we are going to prepare alkyl halides now. So from symmetric alkene, alkyl halides are obtained by treating alkene with halogen acid. Alkyl halides are obtained by treating alkene with halogen acid. I will take one alkene here, CH2 double bond CH2. This is one alkene, and this alkene is called as a symmetric alkene because across the double bond number of carbon atoms and number of hydrogen atoms are equal, therefore it is called as a symmetric alkene, and the name of alkene is ethene. Two carbon atoms are there, eth, and this is alkene and this is ethene. When this ethene is treated with halogen acid, so halogen acid means it is represented by HX. This is halogen and this one is acid, halogen acid, to form alkyl halides. See, CH3, CH2, 1H, CH3. Now it will become single bond, CH3, CH2, and this is X, and this is called as a alkyl halide. I'll take one example here, particular example: CH2 double bond CH2 plus HCl. This is ethene and this one is hydrogen chloride, to form, say, CH3. This is CH2 HCH3 CH2Cl, and the name of alkyl halide, this is called as alkyl halide, and the name of alkyl halide is ethyl chloride. So in this pattern you can prepare alkyl chloride by using symmetric alkene. You can take different types of examples. Take ethene, you change the halogen acid, you get different types of alkyl halides. So this is by using symmetric alkene. Now we'll move to asymmetric alkene. Asymmetric alkene. So here one important note is there. If asymmetric alkene is there, if asymmetric alkene, not symmetric alkene, if asymmetric alkene is there, it follows Markovnikov's rule. The addition of halogen acid follows a Markovnikov's rule if there is a asymmetric alkene. If asymmetric alkene is there, it follows Markovnikov's rule. Then what is Markovnikov's rule? So in first year you have studied what is Markovnikov's rule actually. I'll repeat here. When asymmetric alkene is there, it follows a Markovnikov's rule. Then what is Markovnikov's rule then? According to Markovnikov's rule, the negative part of the reagent, according to Markovnikov's rule, the negative part of the reagent means which is going to be added. According to Markovnikov's rule, the negative part of the reagent, positive part, negative part, the negative part of the reagent which get attached to carbon which bears a less number of hydrogen atoms. I'll repeat the statement, very important statement, Markovnikov's rule. Strictly, if asymmetric alkene is there, then only it follows a Markovnikov's rule. So according to Markovnikov's rule, then the negative part of the reagent which get attached to carbon which bears a less number of hydrogen atom. So according to Markovnikov's rule, I'll take one asymmetric alkene here. So I'll write one asymmetric alkene. So this is asymmetric alkene. Why it is called as asymmetric alkene? See here, across the double bond, the number of carbon atoms and the number of hydrogen atoms are unequal. Therefore, it is called as a asymmetric alkene. When this asymmetric alkene is treated with one halogen acid, you take one halogen acid. It follows Markovnikov's rule. So Markovnikov's rule means the negative part of the reagent, this is called as a reagent, HCl is a reagent here. The negative part of the reagent, this is positive part and this one is a negative part, Cl minus is the negative part. According to Markovnikov's rule, the negative part of the reagent which get attached to carbon atom which has a less number of hydrogen atoms. Say carbon atom. Here carbon atom is having 3 hydrogen atoms. Here it is 1, here it is 2 carbon atoms. Therefore, according to Markovnikov's rule, the negative part of the reagent which get attached to carbon which has a less number of hydrogen. Here it has only 1 hydrogen atom. Therefore, it will become CH3 CH2. Sorry, CH3 CH. Here it is a Cl and it will become CH3 now. One more H is there. Cl here and H here. And this is your alkyl halide. So name of the alkyl halide is 1, 2, 3. Second question is there. 2-chloro. Second question is there. 2-chloro. And all single bonds are there. 3 carbon atoms are there. 3 carbon atoms means it is a prop. And single bond means it is alkane. Therefore, it is 2-chloropropane. 2-chloropropane. This is one example I have taken. Okay. I'll take one more example. CH3CH double bond CH2. And this is alkene and the name of alkene is a propene. It is propene. 3 carbon atoms are there. It is a propene. Now I'll add HBr. So negative part is, this one is a negative part. So this negative part is attached to carbon which has less number of hydrogen atom. Therefore, the reaction will become, according to Markovnikov's rule, CH3CH. Here it is a Br and it is CH3. Again 1, 2, 3. And the second question is 2-bromo. Now it is 2-bromopropane. 2-bromopropane. but the addition of HBr to asymmetric alkene, in presence of peroxides. I'll repeat the statement. The addition of HBr to asymmetric alkene in presence of peroxides like Na2O2, it follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. I'll repeat the statement. The addition of HBr to asymmetric alkene in presence of peroxide, it will not follow Markovnikov's rule. It follows anti-Markovnikov's rule, means against the Markovnikov's rule it gives the product. It is only in case of peroxides, therefore this effect is called as a peroxide effect, or it is also called as Karask effect. Peroxide effect or Karask effect. I will repeat the statement. The addition of HBr to asymmetric alkene in presence of peroxide, it will not follow Markovnikov's rule. In case of peroxides, if in presence of peroxides, it will not follow Markovnikov's rule. It follows anti-Markovnikov's rule, means it follows against the Markovnikov's rule. It gives a different products. Okay, we'll see. CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus HBr in presence of peroxide, like Na2O2, it follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. Anti-Markovnikov's rule means it will become CH3 CH2, here it is CH2, then again CH2 Br, CH3 CH2 Br, and the name of compound is 1-bromo 1-bromo-propane. So this 1-bromo-propane, it is in case of peroxides. In absence of peroxides, it follows Markovnikov's rule. In presence of peroxides, it follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. So this is very important concept. So only in case of peroxides, it follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. Otherwise, we can prepare the alkyl halides here. Okay. So this is the preparations of alkyl halide by using hydrocarbons, that is from symmetric alkene and asymmetric alkene. Go through it once. Okay. Thank you.